Hello everybody. Oh my god, I almost didn't make a video again because I have a tripod, but then I couldn't find a good angle. So, and then I tried setting up some boxes to lift the phone, then you cannot see the salad. I want to show you what I'm making tonight for dinner. And then I tried finding good lighting and and then I said, I just said, like, I'll just make it as is. It's not a perfect video, and I will not edit the video either. So, yeah. Well, hi, everybody. My name is Christina from the channel Serbian Raw Vegan, and I just wanted to show you what I'll be making for dinner tonight. Yeah, so let's just get started. Okay, so I've got some iceberg lettuce that I'll be chopping up into the salad. I do have a lot of ingredients already prepped. I actually, yesterday, let me get it quickly. Okay, so I prepped the ingredients. This will go into the sauce, into the dressing, so I'll show you that soon. And then here I've got cucumbers, well, one cucumber, a tomato, some carrot, beetroot, and I think I have some grated ginger in here. And then I will add, I got lettuce and iceberg lettuce here. So I'll go and chop those first. One time I used lettuce and I pre-washed it, and then I didn't dry it, and then it got soggy and kind of, it was not fresh. So I prefer just chopping up the greens before I'm about to eat. I just love having as fresh as possible. And then I cut this was yesterday, the tomato, cucumber. So that will be fine. Okay, so hi everybody, how are you all doing? It's been crazy. It's snowing again, and then it's very windy, and I cannot wait for spring to come at least. I mean, I keep saying to myself, one day I'll move to another country like Thailand or even Spain, like some cities in Spain are warmer than this. So, yeah, but it is what it is. So, yeah. Okay, anyway, I did not really plan anything to talk about today. I just wanted to make the salad and show you what I'm eating, since I was supposed to do this. The video I uploaded, I made it like 2 days ago. The video that I uploaded today, what I eat in winter as a raw vegan. And I was gonna make my dinner and make a video about it that night, but I don't know. I didn't do it. And sometimes it's really hard for me to get on the camera, and then now even I was gonna set the camera so it looks at the food only, but then I also wanted to be in the camera because I just don't want to make all the videos without my face in it. Yeah, I feel like it's nicer if you actually see who's behind the scenes. And so here I am now. So I just roughly chopped these. I went looking for parsley. Like an hour ago, I had to go get some bananas. More bananas. They take to ripen, And I looked for parsley and I couldn't find any. And I keep seeing, on my screensaver on my phone, I keep seeing a picture of parsley. I have a screensaver that has random pictures of flowers and nature and other plants. And one of the pictures, it changes randomly. It's like a carousel. And then one of the pictures is parsley, and I keep seeing the parsley, and I feel like it's a sign I'm gonna find parsley any day now. And at the store they told me it should come Wednesday, so I'll be there first thing a.m. because I don't know why I'm just craving parsley, and not even to make juice, just like to chop it up and put it in my salad. I'm just craving the taste of parsley, the flavor. Yeah, so it could be I'm craving something from parsley, the parsley has, or I don't know, the minerals. So yeah, it's a cold day. I did see the sunshine come out for just a little bit, and then it started snowing. And don't get me wrong, I'm really grateful, you know. I said I'm gonna be grateful because of all the nice things that do happen in my life, you know, especially like I work hard to be able to afford my own food, and none of my family members eat this way, and I don't really know any other raw vegans or vegans. And you know, sometimes it just like gets lonely. But I'm really grateful because I am able to make this salad, and I'm able to make this video and show you guys what I'm eating. And yeah, it's just nowadays it's so hard to be grateful, because we always focus on the things we don't have, or the things we feel we need and want, and we forget about the things we do have in our lives, you know. So yeah, I'm grateful. I have a job, I can provide for myself. I'm grateful that, you know, I'm closer to my family a little bit more. I mean, I don't have to pay rent right now. I'm really, really, really grateful that I don't pay rent, because that's been crazy, how prices have been in this country. And I'm grateful because I have a warm bed to sleep in, and I have heat. I'm not cold. I know many people say I cannot be raw vegan in winter, and because, you know, it's just too, oh great, it's just too cold. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take care of that later. And it's cold, and yes, it is. I mean, it's tough, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, you know, I cannot find all the ingredients I want, the foods that, you know. Recently I bought persimmons, like 2 weeks ago I bought persimmons. They were a little softer, so I was like, it's gonna be fine. You can never find, I mean, I was able to find really, really like yummy, delicious, soft persimmons so far, like 2 or 3 times. And that was it. And the rest was crap. The rest of the persimmons were, you know, but that's okay. That's okay. I keep saying to myself, it's okay, because I can buy apples, I can buy pomegranates, oranges, tangerines, kiwis, you know. I can get some veggie fruits, with, you know, like tomatoes, cucumbers, bell peppers. Basically, those are considered fruits. So yeah, I'm really happy that I get to live this life here. Because some people are not. Some people don't even have this. They cannot eat this salad. You know, they cannot provide for themselves. They're sick, they're in bed, they're tired, So I hope you also remember to be grateful for the things you do have. And yeah, just, you know, take your time to write down. Like, I love to journal, so later I'll be journaling. It feels so good to be able to write some stuff out, especially when it's hard and when I feel tired and things get tough and I feel like it's the end of the world, so it's really nice to be able to write about it and get it out, and I just feel better. I feel lighter. I feel things can improve and things will improve, even though now is not the best. I'm not, at my best moment or something. But yeah, so I don't lose hope. It's very important. Okay, that's very important. To not lose hope. Okay, so I chopped up the greens. I will add the toppings later. And then here for the dressing, I have, let's see, I chopped up the young onion, green onion, but I think I want to add that into my salad now. Let's see, because I'll be putting garlic in the dressing, so that should be enough. And then here I have ginger, and then I'll probably add, I recently, I don't know why, I enjoy some spiciness more. I couldn't take it before. I had a period where I had to take a break from all the spicy foods because it was really, really upsetting me. And I think it was mostly because I was doing a lot of fruit and trying to clean my body, So I was doing a lot of fruit. I did only grapes. I tried doing only watermelon. I did watermelon for 20 days, I think, 21 days. And then I ate a lot of fruit. I love eating fruit in summer. It's really easy for me to just wash it, chop it up, and put it in a box, in a container, and then keep it in the fridge and have it ready when I want to eat something. So I'll probably do that this summer as well. I'm so excited. Oh God, watermelons and melons and cherries. I love the summer. I love summer. It's amazing. And yeah, I love to kind of cut down on the salads. So far I've done that in the summer. I've had weeks during the summer where I did have a salad every night. And then I also had nights where I would just eat some fruit. And that felt really nice and really light for me. And I feel like when I'm eating fruit for dinner, I wake up, as long as I get enough sleep. And that's another topic, some people will say, oh, you are raw vegan or you're fruitarian, so you don't need to sleep a lot. But I disagree with that. I think we all need sleep, and my body is not, I was not raised fruitarian or raw vegan, so I still have to work on myself and get some stuff out. Yeah, I feel like, when I eat fruit, I just feel lighter in the morning as well, and I feel like my sleep is lighter, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It just feels nicer. But also now, since I've been including more salads into my weeks, I feel like, okay, that's not good. I feel like I'm good. So I can, like, this is the second week. Sometimes I'll have weeks where I just keep the same dishes. I'll switch them up a little bit throughout the week, but I'll basically keep it the same. And I feel so good. Like, I don't, I used to get bloated as well. Mostly it was because of the garlic and the spicy stuff. I would get a little bloated and gassy, and then the next day was fun. But recently I don't feel that. Like, after I finish the meal, I feel okay. And yeah, I'm happy for that. I'm really, really happy. But there are a lot of things I still have to work on. So what I have to work on, my stress levels. I became a workaholic. I had to, to be able to provide for myself, because when my mom passed, my father was out of the picture, and I was by myself. My sister was living elsewhere, and I had to take care of myself by myself, and I became a workaholic because I just felt deep down that I needed to save more money. I didn't know why. I didn't know what for, but like it's like this voice was telling me. This voice sounds like a crazy person, but something was telling me to keep saving, and that's what I did. And now I realize why, because I was going to move here. I didn't know it before, but I was supposed to move here, and that's why I had to save up the money to be able to get this place more suited for a person to live in, and to be able to move, because that's over like 130 kilometers from the capital city to come here, and it costs money. Yeah, and then I also helped my sister move, and her boyfriend, because it's where we live now, and I'm really grateful for that. I get to live here by myself, close to them, and it's really nice to have people close to you in case you ever need help, or just for support, and just somebody to talk to. And even though we are very different, and they're not into the lifestyle I am at all, or exercise or anything like that, it just feels nice to have somebody nearby, if you know what I mean. I mean, no matter how different we are, it's really good to have them in my life, no matter what, you know. So, okay, that's it. So yeah, I forgot what to tell you what. So okay, in the blender, I have a clove of garlic, 2 dates, half of a lemon, and yes, I peeled the lemon and I just put the whole lemon. I saw somebody on Instagram do it, and I used to squeeze the lemon juice before, and once in a while I'll do it nowadays, but I just get too lazy. I still don't have a sink. I don't have a fully equipped kitchen. Hopefully we'll get that this year. You know, that's my plan, but we'll see. And yeah, I'm just too lazy to wash the dishes afterwards. So yeah, and we have 1 red bell pepper that's in the dressing. And what else? I'll add peas into the salad as well. Half of an avocado. I don't know, I love avocados, and 1/2 is just enough. I used to eat 1 whole avocado, but they were like smaller. These are a little bigger, like this, so 1/2 is just fine for me. And then in this cup I have pre-soaked some sunflower seeds. I'll strain that now. Yeah, I cannot buy, I know in like the United States people can buy these pre-soaked dried seeds and nuts, and they can just, you know, use them for their dressings and whatever. But we don't get that here, and I live in a small town that's like only I think I read like 3,000 people or so. Maybe now it's even less. A lot of people are moving out because they just cannot, I don't know, they just cannot live here. I'm so happy I am able to. So yeah, okay, so strain that. I like to switch it up when it comes to the dressing. Like the basics will be the same, you know, a bell pepper, some garlic, or some ginger, or all of it, and lemon or lemon juice. And then I'll switch between the seeds and nuts. So far I've been using mostly seeds, sunflower seeds. I'll usually do 1 type of seed per salad. Yeah, I find it's just easier for my stomach. And then I did try eating more fats in a dressing, but I just felt heavier afterwards. So this is 1/3 cup of sunflower seeds soaked this morning. So it's been about 8 hours. Yeah, so I'll just do 1/3 cup of any nut or seed. And yeah, this is sunflower pumpkin seeds. And then I'll use Yesterday I used sesame seeds, I'll use sunflower seeds. So that's how I do it. Like, I learned how to make a nice dressing. Very simple. So yeah, a type of nut or seed. So that's the fat. Some people will put salt. I don't use salt. I do have the greens for it. Maybe that's why I need parsley for the salt. And I'll use bell pepper just to add more water. So you can put bell pepper or tomatoes, or I used zucchini, cucumber, yeah, stuff like that. And then a lemon or a lime. Usually for me it's lemons. Some type of spice, garlic, ginger, jalapeno, chili pepper, whatever spice you like. I'll usually put garlic or spring onion or ginger. And that's it. And then if I do need, my blender is kind of an older one, so I might need to add some water to it to blend it. But we'll see. Yesterday, I think I didn't need. I basically did the same. I used sesame seeds, and I didn't really need the water. So let's see how that works. I got everything right. So let's blend this. All right. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. My brother-in-law, he wanted to bring back a camera they needed to borrow for their work. So I'm gonna make the dressing, and yeah, let's do this. I'll probably mute. I don't know. My blender can be pretty loud, and then the phone is next to the blender. So let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, I need to press it down. So yes, I did add some water just to thin it out and help it blend better. A spoon. Help it blend better. But let's see. I need to blend again. Yeah, so my mother bought this blender. Like, this is, how old is this? Maybe I think it's like 5 years old or so. And at the time I was not fully raw vegan. I was trying to become, but she didn't want to change. She always found excuses, saying it's expensive, and yes, it is. I'm not gonna lie. But when you want something really, really bad, you're gonna find a way to do it. And I guess she wanted to continue eating crap food, and she found her way to do it, even though the crappy foods and the junk foods, the processed foods, were not really healthy or healthy at all. The type of stuff she ate. So yeah, but whenever I said let's eat more fruits and vegetables, she would say it's expensive. She used to say that. Okay, this is how I do it. So a lot of my dressing ends up on the side of the blender. So I just use a spoon to get it all down and then blend again, so it can be nice and smooth. So yeah, she used to say it's expensive, but then it wasn't expensive for her to go, like, she would go outside. I love my mother to pieces, and I miss her every day, and she was my mom, and no matter how she was and what she was like. You know, I'm very grateful because she raised me and she tried her best. She did what she could or how she knew. She tried her best to raise me, and I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, I always will be. Even though she was not the best mom, she you know, she didn't teach me really important things because I guess she was not taught that either. And a lot of the things I had to learn by myself. She never, for example, she never spoke any other languages. And I'm very grateful that I could learn by myself. She never really ate healthy foods. Like, we always had cooked food and processed foods. And then later when she got sick, she did start researching more and reading more about it because she wanted to get healthy in the beginning, because we were still a family, the four of us, my sister, I, and my mother and my father. But then when the marriage fell apart and, you know, things started going down the river, I don't know, it's like she was giving up, right? Deep down, she was giving up. So yeah, I had to learn a lot of things by myself, especially how to eat healthily and how to exercise and do yoga. And, you know, she always used to say, like, oh, no, don't do that. I wanted to become a Zumba instructor, and she would say, no, that's not a real job. You need a real job. And then I wanted to exercise, like go to the gym and then later go to yoga classes. And she always said, no, that's too expensive. Like, we don't have money for that. So yeah, basically I always grew up thinking that we never had any money, even when we could have. That money was used on some silly things. I mean, she would go outside every day. She would get groceries, some of the groceries that we didn't always need, especially the processed stuff. And then she would also buy an extra piece of clothes or some decoration or, you know, something that she would find for a bargain. She would sometimes waste her money in vain, without budgeting and without thinking really about it and how to direct her money, the money we were making, to better things, you know. So anyway, let's blend this again. Okay, here we go. Okay, I just get so excited. I don't know. I've been doing this for what? Like, it's gonna be 2.5 years in May. And I just get excited every time. I'm so grateful. You know, I've had days where it was really hard to be grateful for things that I have. But right now I just feel so much gratitude for this lifestyle, and that I was able to finally make that switch. And even though it took some time, and even though I'm not perfect, and I'm not living an ideal life, and I'm not getting organic food, and, you know, I cannot get everything, like every single piece of fruit or vegetable I'd like to get, I'm still very grateful. Okay, I think this is nicely blended now. So I'll just pour it on top. Yeah. You know, in the end, it's not what kind of family you grew up in. It's about, at least from my perspective, it's about what you do with your life later. Especially when it comes to health and the food we fuel ourselves with. I mean, yeah, I understand a lot of families get worried and they don't understand. Even like when I went vegan, my mother would go crazy. Are you, like, she was like, are you out of your mind? You're not gonna eat eggs and meat. You're gonna die of deficiencies. But then she saw I was doing fine and I was like feeling better and cooking by myself and making more dishes, and she saw that I was okay, that I was not dying. And then she let go a little bit, and then I actually became vegan when she was in what they call remission. So I guess she probably thought that she was done with it and that she was not going to get sick again because the doctors know what they're talking about. Okay, this is blended. Doctors know what they're talking about, and then she just went back to her old lifestyle. She did stop smoking, of course, and that's the only thing she did. And like that's the only thing she did. Like she stopped smoking, and then she was still eating processed foods and drinking sodas and other stuff. So, yeah, she did not change. She was not exercising. She was having hemorrhoids. She was bloated all the time. Okay, let me pour this first, and then I'll continue. Okay, now you cannot see. Yeah, this is not the best angle, and I don't really care anymore. It's about this yummy salad. So yeah, one day I'll have a camera guy and lights and everything, but for now, this is it. Just me. Being real. Okay, let me pour this as much as I can. Okay, I think that's it. And do you do that? Like I always look, because I'm the only one eating this. Of course, if I ever have to feed somebody, I will not do that, but like, okay, let me put this away. But I like to lick the spoon and the bowl and everything, so. Okay, let's mix this a little bit. Where was I? So, I was talking about my mother. And yeah, she thought she was done with it, and she continued her old ways, doing, eating oily, processed. Yeah, she was having adrenal fatigue. She would crash after lunch. She needed coffee to kind of give her some extra energy, and so that she can continue with her day. She wasn't understanding what was happening to her, and that's the thing. Nobody teaches us. It's so sad to see that we go to school half of our lives, well, not really half, but like a quarter or so, and nobody teaches us about what we need to do. Okay, I'm making a mess. That's okay. That's okay, I'll just clean it up. This is clean, by the way, so I'll just put it back in the bowl. Nobody teaches us about health. We have to learn the things that, like, half of which are not useful to us later in life. But what really matters and what's really important is not provided. That's a sad thing. So I hope you can wake up. I understand in the beginning it's hard. We can be suppressed by our families, and because they want to do what's best for us. And the things that they do, they think that's what's the best. And it's not always necessarily. So we just gotta endure. But then, once we are able to break off of that, I really hope that you can, like myself, make wiser choices and do your best to stay healthy. Because I did not come, I mean, I like to read and watch a lot of videos and podcasts, and sometimes in these videos I'll hear like, why are we here? Well, like, what's the meaning of our existence? Why was I sent here? Like, what's my purpose? And I also wonder. I used to wonder, actually, and now I feel like I finally found it. Is I want to share more about health and how to feel good, because I felt miserable so many times before. Okay, that's mixed. All right, a little bit more. I felt miserable so many times before, and I actually thought about suicide before. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was not really happy with my life. I did not know who I was or what I was gonna be. My family was falling apart. I did not have any life prospects. I dropped out of university as well. My mother was upset. I was the first one. Well, I think I was the first one going, like, on our side of the family, going to a university. And when I dropped, that's okay, I dropped out, she was upset, because, yeah, I said I was going to be a Zumba instructor at that time, and she was like, over my dead body. I was 18, and she still said, while you live under my roof, you're going to do what I say, like, you're going to obey me. And I wasn't able to move out, so I had to obey. But now I wish I could have. I just didn't have the funds. I did not have a job, and I did not know what to do, and I was, So, yeah. But that's all behind. I'm really grateful where I am now, because I can make this delicious meal. Yeah, I was not gonna, I don't know why I shared about my life. I was not gonna do that, really. I mean, I had not planned to do that. I was just gonna make a salad and then move on. So, okay, here we are. I made a little bit of mess. That's okay. I'll clean it up. I will add the avocado now, and that'll be it. Okay, so let me see. Can you see this? This is amazing. I love the colors. Like before, my dinner usually was like some bread with cream cheese or something very mucus forming, and some milk or yogurt or pie or pizza, and I would stuff myself and overeat and then feel miserable. And I didn't know why. And I was vegan. I mean, I did have some nights where I would still feel miserable, and I couldn't understand. So I'm really grateful that I get to enjoy this meal tonight. I hope you get to enjoy something delicious and good for you. Food that gives you energy and loves you back and doesn't make you feel like a piece of shit. Yeah, so I'm gonna go enjoy this. I don't eat on camera. I really want to focus on eating slowly. Oh yeah, that's another thing I've been working on, is just chewing my food as slowly as possible, because that's very important for digestion. What I tend to do, and this is just because I always had to hurry. When I was in school, we would have 20 minutes to eat, and that was it. So I had to kind of gulp down my food. And then when I was working, I had my first job, I had to swallow the food like a vacuum cleaner, just pick it up and swallow it. And that kind of stayed. And then my family also, they were blue collar workers, and they also had to eat quickly and get back to work. So when I was a kid, I used to eat a bit slower. Then I started growing up and then just vacuuming my food. So yeah, I will enjoy this, hopefully as slowly as possible. Okay, thank you so much for sticking with me. I think this is gonna be the longest video I have ever made. Maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope you make wiser choices and have a nice rest of your day or evening or whenever you watch this. So thank you so much. Bye.